FBI's raid of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home less than 100 days before the midterm elections, no less. And the latest developments that a federal judge has ordered the release of a selectively redacted waiting approval search warrant affidavit. Let's bring in former Trump presidential campaign advisor and campaign manager, author of Political Prisoner, Paul Manafort. Sir, welcome to the program.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
All right, sir. So you and I actually had some interactions on the 2016 campaign. So, you know, this is something like I was there early on, and I saw the persecution of this guy from day one, where they use the process to become the punishment. This raid is just like the next escalation in, hey, we got him. Oh, wait, no, we don't. We got to find more. Talk about it.
Yeah, this is the typical tactic of the woke left, and certainly the Biden administration, as a continuation of the Obama administration when they weaponized the judicial system and our law enforcement system. This was a fishing expedition. They view Donald Trump as an existential threat, and in my book, I actually talk about the pattern that they follow on all of their attacks like this, whether it was on me or on Stone. Are now on Peter Navarro, and ultimately violating all of the history of our country, going into the home of a former president and future potential opponent for this administration. And the pattern is the same. You create this big, loud, act, right, invading the president's home. You then leak anonymously from the government. Trump's in trouble. Trump is worried. Trump can't get lawyers. Trump won't be able to run for president. Trump is going to be convicted of espionage, and then their favorite reporters, who often have been the same reporters they leaked to in 2016 and 17, then repeat the lie and draw it into stories. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you've got a narrative that's treated as fact as opposed to fishing expedition. That's what they're doing. The president is not confused. President Trump is not confused by that. He's not going to let them get away with it. But you know, in my book, what I talk about is, yes, they're targeting me and they're targeting the president, but they're coming for the American people. And that's what I talk about in the book, because they recognize that the American people's power to vote is still a threat to their attempt to seize power and take control of all levers of our government.
Well, let's talk about that. The title "Political Prisoner" is interesting because you really were, and there are a lot of other people that are sitting there like little old me, who is like, look, I don't have the resources to take on the IRS with 87,000 agents of the FBI. If they come knocking at my door, like, there's a lot of people that are just like, these institutions ran the Russian narrative for 2 years and said we got them. Now they said they got them. They don't have anything because they haven't shown it to us yet. And you know they would have if they had it. But what is the American public supposed to do when the process becomes the public punishment and it's, you know, Carl Higbie versus the United States government? Like, how does the average person cope with that?
Well, that's their game plan, is to intimidate the average person to not confront it and to just give in and just slip onto the sidelines, to not vote. The power of the vote is the most important thing, but also the power of striking back. I mean, parents need to continue to go to school board meetings and challenge the left. You know, people living on the border have to continue to press for border security. And you're right, these IRS agents are meant to come after red America. The way we stop it is by starting to take back our government. That's what the left fears, and that's why they're doing all of this.
All politics are local. Paul Manafort, great new book, Political Prisoner. We appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you, Carl. Good seeing you again.
All right.